This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. Okay. So I will start from the top. Uh, there's no tab admin right now in the picture with the upgrade from 2018.3 or 19.1, I believe. Yeah, from 2019.1, tab command is right now in picture with along with the TSM, Tableau Service Manager. Okay, these
Okay.
are the two combination which is currently being used. Okay, what tab command line is to access your backend data. Whatever the data which you do, whatever the user interface you do on the web services, that you can also do with the tab command, which we discussed in the last class.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you install the Tableau server, tab command line is automatically installed in your system if you're using the same system. But let's say I'm the another user and you gave me a permission of a site administrator. For me, my privileges will be lesser than the Tableau server administrator, but I can still go ahead and use the tab command line. To do that, in my local, I have to install that uh, second exe file which we talked about. When we
Yeah.
install that in other systems, he or she can also be able to go ahead and use those command prompts, okay, to
Okay.
access the Tableau server from the command line itself. Now, there's another scenario. There's another thing which is like the TSM, Tableau Service Manager, which we are going to discuss today.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have any mm, did I answer your question? Do you have any clarification right now to make?
Yeah, I mean, I understood this thing. It's
Mm,
just that
mm,
uh, if there is any day, if whenever you're free, I need
mm,
a proper, guidelines about or a notepad or instructions which I need to
mhm,
follow how to install it on the first place. This is part one of it. And
mhm.
part two of it, I'm guessing this tab command, it's not going to work on Windows 10, if I'm not wrong.
It's working for me right now. Can you
Because you are
share
in,
your screen?
I'm guessing because you're in some Windows 2012 server version, right? It is
Yep.
compatible with you. Can you give me the
Yeah, let me
permissions?
do that.
And because I have seen this online somewhere. There are only 4 operating systems which are actually he's suggesting.
But that day we were able to connect to the TSM, right?
TSM it is
Not
connected.
TSM, not TSM. Tab command line. We did
Um,
that.
tab command line from my system.
Let's okay. Let's do this. Open TSM first in the browser.
It's just that I am missing the right kind of steps. One day, if somebody asks me,
Mhm.
um, you know, uh, let's say that's my job description, and I don't have a follow set rules or steps which I might just follow to
Okay.
instantly fix these
I
things.
understand why are you like confusing yourself in all the steps. Okay, right now this is running. The backgrounder is not running, but then the second it's running. Okay, open server.
It's just that I need a proper set. I mean, at least a complete
Mhm.
video or at least a notepad where you can just dump what are the steps which I have to use and where it is compatible in the first place. And
Okay.
a few doubts which because it's bugging me too much.
Mhm.
Uh, I need your help in this. Uh, this
Okay.
is
Anyhow, we are close to end, and I have a couple of topics to cover. So maybe starting from next week, we will go through all your doubts, We will be having those sessions, like completely. You will be sharing your screen and asking questions to me, so we can do that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Right. Open the command prompt with your tab with your administrator. Okay. Now tab command login login minus s. Okay. We are doing that way. Then give your password for the server.
Okay. And usually I have to enter tab command through this command prompt, not shell, right?
Not shell. No.
Sorry. And shell is preferred not to be, I mean, it's not recommended to be to use the shell browser. Yeah. Shell
Run
command line, I mean.
reception. This is not connected, right? The server is not connected yet. So you have to give in this way: tabcmd login minus s, then your full site name. Give your
My
server name. Copy your server name. Ravi KP something
okay, this one. With HTTP?
with HTTPS. And you have to give yeah, so that's fine. A minus t is not, so minus u, and then your space, your server uh, username, and press enter. Then it should ask you for the password. Yeah, now give your password. Are you giving the right password?
Yes. Yep.
Can you go back to the server? Ravi KP HTTPS. Go to the server. This is TSM. Go to the server. Ravi KP. So your server is this local host, not Ravi KP.
Okay. Localhost.
No, tab first. It will start from tab command Ravi. You copied Ravi also there. Delete everything.
Oh,
Yeah, now
sorry.
type tab command login
One
minus s,
line minus.
and then copy it from there. Okay, localhost slash then minus u Ravi, press enter. Now it should say that it is connecting to default. It's not saying that. It will fail, I think. Let me ping you the command. I think you're doing something which is not correct.
Mhm. Should I go back to just C instead of users and Ravi K?
We added the path, right? We have already added the path. So I don't know whether.
Should I copy the whole path till command line utility and then start logging in?
Mm, I think so. Do that. Do that then. Or should be go to my PC. No, yeah, okay, do that. Go to Tableau Server 2020.1 extras, command line utility, copy this whole thing. Paste it here. Okay, and choose the arrow up. It will come 2 times up. Yeah. So press enter.
Command login. I should just enter my server password, right? I'm entering it right.
Right.
It's not that complicated.
Because we did that day.
No,
Do
you did it in your
if
system, not on mine.
no, we did on yours also. Okay, do this. Press up, only one time up. Delete till U and delete this HTTPS also and copy the whole thing, localhost slash hash slash home from the bar itself, from the
HTTPS.
copy it from there. Don't type it. Copy it.
Copy which part?
Go to Chrome and copy the whole address of the server. So it is just this. There's no HTTPS. Nothing.
No HTTPS. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying if there is
There
any
is.
HTTPS there. There is, right? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Now a space minus U,
So,
then your server ID and write password here only. Minus P, then your password.
SP.
Yeah, press enter. We did that. I remember it very clearly that we did connect.
Without this command, I think without the tab admin, I suppose, you cannot restore
Mhm.
or backup, is it?
And that
Because,
is with the TSM, not with the command. Content server signing in succeeded. See, you are connected.
okay, let me copy this somewhere before I lose this. Hmm, server backup and restore.
So there are only two command lines. Okay, just remember that there is one tab command and the second one is TSM. That's it.
Okay,
Earlier we used to use as a tab admin, and now we don't use it.
okay,
And in this only, if you have to connect to a particular site, let's say this is you are connected to right now to a default site, right? So if you want to connect to a particular site after minus S, then your this whole site the address which you gave, and then minus T, and
okay,
then your site name, and then minus U. So write that somewhere in your notepad.
okay.
So just that you have to add minus T there. Copy the whole thing, tab admin login, etc. And then log in to write like this to log in to the default site using tab command. Okay, and in ta- to log into a particular site, and copy from tab command login till Ravi, till the password. Copy everything. Yeah, copy everything and paste it down. And before -u, put -t and space, and then start like a bracket above comma. Yeah, site name, so that you know that you have to write the site name there. Okay,
Yeah.
and on the above line, you can say to log into default site using tab command. It will give you clarity in future. Yeah.
Okay. Now from this, I can
Okay.
from here I can enter users or
So here,
anything, remove
from here,
sites.
yeah, add user, delete user, to add group, delete group, publish workbooks, publish data source, etc. Add a site. Whatever you can do from the web interface, you can do it with the command interface. So
Okay.
this is totally on the server end.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
And
so
today we will discuss about the TSM end, Tableau Service Manager end.
okay. Okay. That
Okay.
is all.
So
That
don't,
has a TSM commands on it. This is for.
that has a TSM command. This is having a tab command.
Okay.
There are
Okay.
no confusion. Don't confuse yourself.
No, no problem. So that I will come up with a lot of questions. I mean, I need
Yeah, yeah,
literally
please do.
steps next week, but not now.
Mhm.
I'll to finish this.
No, no, please come back with the steps. But once you get the clarity that what is what, so you will be able to connect from apple to apple and banana to banana. So you will know. So
Yeah,
don't worry, right?
I've come this far into the course. I feel like I am on the first day because that don't that's
No,
amount of
no.
information I've got in my head.
No, no, trust me, you're not on the first day, because now at least you have some clarity that what are you trying to achieve, and on which path you are. So at least you have some clarity. Don't think that you're on the first day. Don't feel like that.
I want to do better. It's just that either my head's not
See,
working or
everything, it takes time, Ravi. Practice, practice, and a lot of practice, and then getting the clarity out of it. And once you go on the job, a lot of different things you will learn there. So just that you have to hang in there, and always keep your observation mode on. So if you're doing a lot of things, okay, and you're not observing what you are doing, that is not going to help. I- you might end up doing the same mistake again and again. And how would you expect, if you're doing the same mistake again and again, you will not get a different result. Okay, so to rectify those results, to rectify your actions, you need to be a little active on your observation skills. Okay, that what you're trying to do, and if you're going to this path, what you're achieving or what you're not achieving. So you have to take a different path than that.
yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
so you have to track your activities, like what you're trying to do, and what
I
you're
mean,
currently doing.
last time I tried to connect to the server on
Mhm,
CentOS on AWS.
mhm,
Creation is went well. I do not know. No matter what I did, the desktop on my laptop, or I mean the tablet desktop, I couldn't connect to the server from here to there. I was stuck there, and I tried my best the whole day. Didn't work out. I gave up there itself. So every step I'm taking, I'm giving up wherever I'm failing, and I don't know how to take. I mean, how to fix that problem.
yeah, don't feel like that. I know it. Uh, Sometimes it takes time. Okay, don't be hard on yourself. So But
See, no matter
yes,
what.
you have to be a little observational. That's what I can say. Little
Okay.
observation. That's it. That is the key. Uh, okay. So coming to, so we talked about everything about the server. Okay, like connecting to the server from the web interface, connecting it with the TSM command, tab command, and how to manage those servers, etc., etc. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss about the TSM, the Tableau Service Manager. Okay, this this was the update which we got after 2019.1 version. So the last year, first quarter. So Tableau did a great job upgrading their Tableau server, because earlier what we used to do is we used to install everything on the server part with the command line interface. Now how it is, it's very easy to even install the Tableau server and even upgrade it. Okay, so
Okay.
it is just like installing a game or installing um, another application on your Windows machine. Okay, just a exe file will be there, and you have to double click it, follow the instructions, and you will be up and running. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the steps which is in there to perform, or you have to be there on the certain steps. The installing and upgrading is pretty simple. But yes, before upgrading or before doing anything, we need to have a backup too. So that we will talk in this session. We will talk about a walkthrough of the TSM command web interface and the command line too.
Okay.
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 So the first page when you
Sorry.
install your Tableau server, and the TSM windows will pop up. You enter your ID and the password for your Windows account. This particular page will pop up, and it will say that your on the very right you see that your Tableau server is up and running. Okay, you can always sign out, and there's a I button which talks about which version of the TSM you're running right now. So whatever the version you are running right now for the TSM, the same version should be of the Tableau server too. And to use the tab command also, the same version needed to be used. Okay. So these all three should be in sync. Anyhow, the Tableau Service Manager version will be there. It will be the same version as your server. But sometimes, let's say you're installing a tab command line in some users for some users, and now your server is upgraded. So you need to upgrade their uh, tab command utility also. So always remember that.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? Any doubt there about my
Well,
last statement?
if I'm installing, okay, if I'm installing, the other person should have a
If you're
desktop,
upgrading the
right? For
Tableau
to
server, for example,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Like if he is or she is a developer, they might be accessing Tableau desktop or the server from their local desktop, right? So you need to install the tab command line there, not the TSM tab.
Okay. By the way, if when let's say I have one server and how do they access my server? Through desktop only, right? Or tap command
Yeah,
line. That's how they access mine.
yeah,
Through remote. Okay. They
yeah.
don't.
They can access the server, but they can't access the TSM.
Okay. TSM.
Only a server on which it is installed, they can only uh, interact with this interface. either web or command. But uh, just for the developer, they can only interact with the tab command line or the server.
Okay, but they do
So
not see the server window, right? They don't get to see
they
the
can
server
see,
window.
they see the server window. This is the server window.
Yeah, this window, should they have this installed in their system as well?
No, no, no. There will be just a link to access that.
On a
Nothing
link, okay.
else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you provide them the link and they will be able to access it from any
And they
computer.
usually access it through some browser.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So the mapping is simple. To access your server backend through the command line is when tab command line will come into the picture.
Okay.
To access your Tableau Service Manager, TSM command line will be into the picture.
Okay.
Simple.
Yeah.
Okay. So going back to the web interface of the TSM, uh, here you can start or stop your server. Okay. So let's say you want to stop it. You just have to click here, stop your Tableau server and confirm it. It is going to stop running. And if once you stop it, this particular website will be stopped.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Here you can see the different processes um, and their what do you say, status, if it is up and running or unavailable or interrupted, whatever it is. Okay, so right now it is installed in only one node. So there can be scenarios that you want to install your Tableau server in the different node. Okay, so that also can be done and did not need any like special privileges. It's just that you have to run the same setup to the uh, different machines for the different nodes, and those will be like syncing with each other.
Okay.
Right now we will only go ahead with the one node. So here you can see all the processes type, like gateways, application servers, cache server, file store, etc. So all the information will be available here. Okay. So
Okay.
this is something where you get from the status one. Coming to the maintenance one. So what maintenance does is it does create a log file. Let's say your server was up and running and somehow it got down and you are not able to identify what happened, uh, and was the reason it went down. Okay, and if you remember the timeline for which the server was up and running, and after that it went down, what you can do is you can generate a log file snapshot. Once you click here, it will ask you for the start and the end date. Okay,
Okay.
and you will see the description that the logs generated at 5th of November, whatever the time you have mentioned here. Okay, right now it is in UTC, and you can ask them to include the all the infos which are available, like info like net stats or ms info or the postgres data or the recent cache dumps. So those data will be available, and once you click on the generate log snapshot, this kind of log file will be generated.
Okay.
Okay, and what you can do once you select here, you can either upload it for the technical support case. Let's say you're not able to figure out why it crashed, what happened. So you can take help from Tableau itself. They can help you out.
Okay.
1 second, Ravi. Hold on.
Sure.
Hey, sorry, Ravi.
It's okay.
Okay. So, yeah, so I was saying that you can either upload this particular log file for the technical support case, and someone from the Tableau will be reaching out to you to say that to see what happened and why it got crashed, or you can download this. Okay. If you once you download this, you can save it somewhere, and the whole node file will be downloaded like this one. So this is for node 1.
Okay.
Okay, although you will be seeing a lot of different files there. So it how the naming functionality works is with the concerned log, then the server version number, and then the date on which it was loaded. So that's secondary. So once you go inside, in each and every file, you will be finding config and the log files.
Okay.
Okay, but these log files are very hard to read. Okay, you will not be able to understand that what's going on inside them. Okay, for example, let's talk about the Tableau workbooks, or not webhooks. Let's say tab admin controller, or let's say site import and export. Okay, so if you see there, you will be seeing this log file when it was generated, what is the info, and is it executing that or not. If it fails, it will give you the scenario that it fails, and then it will give you the reason why it failed. So in the log file, you will able to understand that what is the reason that it got failed, and if somehow you're not able to get those info, you can take help from the Tableau itself.
Okay.
Okay, so this is something for the Postgres. Okay, so uh, this will also give you the information that on which date it pulled, uh, what is the group name, what are the IDs, is it idle or like selecting those functions. So
Okay.
that can help, but it is always recommended. Like if it is saying executing command with arguments, that means it is running fine. Okay, and if it does not say like this, that means it is right now I don't have any failed logs, so I will not be able to show you. Like for the data servers, node 1, uh, how can I show you that? So data server attempting. So okay, yeah, I can tell you this. So let's say if it failed, it got um, somehow it was not able to help you out, like what happened. You can always go ahead and take help from the server. If you click here, server help, there will be one window where you can start your ticket, start chatting to them. Okay,
Okay.
sorry, it was not on the server, it was on the support. So you can start a case here. Okay, you can write your own issues, or you can search for them, or you can get help from the Tableau. Some executives will be reaching out to you. Anyhow, once you load your server, you purchase your server, someone will be helping you out from the marketing end, and someone will be there to help you out throughout your installation, or for the like taking a backup or maintaining it. And if you have any queries, you can always go and reach out to them. But getting the to understand what got uh, interrupted, you have to go ahead and check the logs like this.
Okay.
Okay. Also, we have a server crash reporter. Okay, so server crash reporter, what it does is it sends the logs related to whatever the Tableau server which you have, and if it has any issues, uh, and it which results in crash, they will send out this report to the Tableau team. Okay, but it is not recommended to enable it. Okay, like enabling it daily they will be sending a daily report to them, but you can always go ahead and enable the crash reporting at whatever the time you want.
Okay.
Okay, but rest assured that it is not going to give your organization's data. Okay, that is not the case. So feel free if you want to enable this reporting. Let's say your server is crashing daily with due to some reason and you're not able to figure out, and they're asking you to enable this crashing report so that they can get the history that what's going on behind it. So then you have to go ahead and enable this one, otherwise it is not necessary.
Okay.
Okay, and then we have product uses data. Okay,
Okay.
so you see, if I click here, we get like pending changes. So if you click here, it will say that what changes are there right now, and then if you want to apply those changes or not. If yes, then you have to click on apply changes and restart. Otherwise, discard it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Product uses is it will help the Tableau team to share your experience and if they can improve anything by collecting those information which you need. So this is for that.
Okay.
So, so it is also not recommended to make it enabled by default.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, and also you can delete your logs from here. Like once it is used, because it is going to take space in your server, right? So you don't want extra spaces to be there. So once you downloaded it, you can always go ahead and delete your logs. But remember, taking a log, depending upon the size of your server, can take time. So that's why it is recommended to install your server either on a VM or on the cloud.
Okay.
Okay. Coming to the configuration. So you see different. So this is like a most important part of the TSM, the configuration part, and it says if you want to increase or decrease whatever you have on your Tableau server, you can go ahead and do that, like installing a Tableau server to a different node. Okay, so what you can do, you can download a bootstrap file from here.
Okay.
Okay, and then locate the Tableau installer in some other user and use this file to be installed for the multiple nodes. Okay, so how they will how the other system will get to know that this particular setup which we are installing is we are installing for a different node. Okay,
Okay.
so you have to run the node installer on the new node. Whenever that is prompted, once you double click on the Tableau server exe file, then it will say that whether this is for a new fresh server or a node server.
Okay.
And
When
when
you
you click on the node server, yeah, when you fresh install it, it will ask you for a bootstrap file.
okay. Okay.
So you can always go ahead and see the instructions here. Nope, not here. Why it is saying having trouble finding the installer. Acha, finding the installer. It is just giving you installer. So that's fine. So if you see, download the Node Bootstrap configuration file and locate your Tableau server installer. The same installer can be used to install multiple nodes. So you have to use the same installer. Okay. Whatever
Okay.
the installer you have used, in this case, we use this one, right? So we have to use the same installer to the other system. And then step two, run the node installer on the new node when prompted and provide the configuration file. Tableau Service Manager will detect the new node and display it on the topology page. So it will give you here like node 1, then it will give you node 2, node 3, whatever nodes you have.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Here also, like if you want to increase or decrease your application server or a with SQL server, you can go ahead and do that. If you like increase it or decrease it, you have to apply those changes. Applying the changes may take some time, like uh, 15 or 20 minutes, depending upon the size of your server. But whenever it is like updating your pending changes, it will not go ahead and stop your server. It 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 only stop your servers once, like in the background, it is going to apply those changes, and just the restart can take like a half of a minute or 15 seconds or something. So only for that time, for that time being, the server will be unavailable. Earlier what used to happen, whenever we used to apply the pending changes, for the it takes, let's say, 20 minutes of the time. So for that 20 minutes time interval, Tableau server used to be unavailable, but
Okay.
now that is not the case.
And what are these numbers, Siddharth? Application server one, as in if you press two or number of things, that
So
many will be created.
yeah, so let's say we have a post gre SQL, right? Like how I can tell you, uh, so gateway, you understand, right? Like on which gateway we are going to install this one. Okay. Anyhow, node 1, and this is your like uh, the PC name. Okay. Application server 1 means this is running on only one server right now. Correct. Only for this particular Windows server. If you select two, if you have two nodes, so then it will be running on the two servers. The application server can increase, but it is different from the Wiz server. Okay, a Wiz server is something like it will be creating a different server inside your Wiz SQL. That is
Okay.
how can I tell you? Wiz SQL is basically used for mm, okay, let me tell you like this. WizQL. So, one second. Basically, it is used for by the developers, so you guys don't need to be worried about that. But yes, whenever we create those, what do you say, extract information. So in that, the query language which is being used behind creating those extract is the WizQL. So
Okay.
basically, now it is being developed that it is should be a very faster thing. Earlier, we not remember I told you we got upgraded with the .hyper extension very recently after 10.5 version. So
Yeah.
that is when the WizQL came into the picture. and this is a new language.
Okay.
Okay,
It's a
so it
visual
doesn't.
SQL, I think.
Yeah, Visual SQL. So it is just for the Tableau. It does not have any significance outside the world, but for only Tableau. So it is not recommended to increase the reach SQL or decrease it until unless you have a very large server, SQL Tableau server. But the ideal for one server, the number should be two. So if it is like running on two nodes, it should be four,
Oh, okay.
depending upon that.
Okay.
Okay. Data services, same. These all are the backend servers on which the Tableau is being created.
Okay.
Okay, so earlier we used to give one command for each of them to install it, but now it all take care just by installing the TSM.
Okay.
Okay. Coming to the security, so there are two type of security, like internal security of Tableau. One is internal SSL and the repository SSL, and we can run it is we can run it as a service. So run as a service account. So right now it is running on the Windows one. So this run as a service account is a Windows account that Tableau server use as run as. So either we can go with the uh, domain ID and the user ID followed by the user ID or the user account itself, like the username and the password. Okay, but normally when you install it, it will automatically take your. Remember, this thing came when you install your server, that whether you want to go with the anti authority or the user account. So if you give
Right.
the user account, you do have to mention your domain name and the user ID. So let's say you're installing a Tableau server for your company. Okay, in that case, you can use your user account and give the domain name and the user there.
Okay.
Okay, and if it is just for the personal use, you can always go ahead for the anti authority.
Okay.
External SSL, again, this is a SSL certificate which you need to configure. And if you have a SSL certificate from, let's say you want to access the Tableau server from outside your premises, okay, then you need to add those SSL certificate here. So to enable it, and then you have to upload the file which the team provides. So do you know about the concept of VPN and all?
I wanted to ask you about actually VPN and RDP. Um,
Uh-huh.
which one is the safest method for this Tableau server if I'm accessing this?
RDP is usually means it's a old form. Now generally we use VPN only.
VPN, you can connect through this. Okay.
Yeah.
An
So you
SSL
can
is
give.
basically security certificate
uh,
given by a company, which you have to download it here so that you have your
So
server is
it will be
secure.
having a extra layer of security.
Okay.
Yeah. And then again, we have repository SSL. So it is like a configured Tableau server and encrypted communications. So this is for like PostGRE, like the traffic between the PostGRE repository and other servers components. So if you want to enable it, or usually it is not like it is required for all connections, so it is just given for all. And if you want to change it, like optional for some users or even stop it, so you can stop that SSL. So remember, you remember when we uh, were connecting to the post GRE SQL, we checked in for the SSL, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the reason why we checked in, because it is like enabled for required for all connections.
Okay.
Okay, but as it says, that Tableau server is using Tableau, or read-only users must use SSL. It is not allowing you to write back to the Tableau server backend. So it is only for read-only.
Okay.
Okay. Coming to user identity and access. So it stores the user identity, mm, uh, if it is like managed either locally or externally to the Tableau server. So usually that is stored here, and you can always go ahead and give the authentication method. Like if you want to give the SAML or the mutual SSL or Open ID Connect. So there are a bunch of options here which you can select to, and then you can give, like normally it is used as a local authentication. Usually company use that because, let's say you're logged in with Ravi username, some company provide you the username as Ravi KP. They don't want your user ID to be different for each and every um, applications. So local authentication is always being used so that it will be unique for all the application inside the organization. But yes, you can either use Kerebos or SAML or Mutual SSL, whatever it is.
Okay.
Okay, so these are little tricky ones. Like you need to go ahead and talk to SAML and then install their authentication method and use it in the Tableau server. But
These are
that is
all
also being
companies.
done. Companies, yeah, like they
Okay.
give those security options.
Okay. Got
Then trusted authentication, like what do you if you want to give the trusted authentication to some of the um, like a single sign-on view on the Tableau server content, so you can also do that, like establishing a trusted relationship between the Tableau server and like one or more web servers by adding those trusted hosts here. So you just have to give the host names and then token length.
Okay.
Okay. So talking
Trusted
about the
that means you get that code in your so-called as what
so
login key,
let's
right?
say, yeah, login key.
Okay.
So there is one more type is called SSPI, I think. Oh, it should be somewhere. Let's say SS. One second. Yeah, security support provider interface. So, like it could be a third party one, or if you see here, client browsers must be configured to allow third party cookies if you want to trusted authentication embedded view. So, let's say your company is already using it, a key or maybe a OTP on your mobile. So, if you're using that, you can always go ahead and set this up.
Okay.
You see how it is done. So you have
Right.
to give the trusted host and then their local ID and the token key, and then you can add those websites here. So let's say okay, I'm accessing the website from India, and your server is hosted in America, but you have only given the trusted authentication like inside your range, like 50-kilometer range, and I'm obviously outside that. So you can whitelist my IP address so that I can go ahead and access your Tableau server.
Okay. Okay.
So this is basically the whitelisting of that.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so again, setting up the email server so that you can get the notification. So let's say you're using what do you say, Microsoft Outlook, or you're using Google Gmail as your email server. So you can set those up here so that you can get email alerts on your email directly.
Okay.
Okay. So, like sending all emails from like our administrator should be doing this. So, let's say there's some team with the IT support, they will be taking care of this thing.
Okay.
Okay, so they can give their own email addresses. So, whenever you have to like send a notification to the entire team, that will be sending it out from here.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Like send a server health email to, so that if you provide that email address, the server health checklist will be given to that email, and if something goes wrong, that they will be notified, stuff like that.
Okay. This is not
And
local emails between you use team members, right? This is that
no
one.
no 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 no, this is not that. Like this is like configuring the email server for with the SMTP, like simple mail transfer protocol.
Right.
Right. So, like contacting your organization or the IT department, stuff like
Oh,
that. So, here, which you can set those up.
okay.
Okay. Coming to the events, events, like you set up your threshold, or like warnings which you want to set, like let's say the disk space is going to fail, um, or some of the flows is failing, or the extract is failing. Okay, and maybe you have scheduled some extract and those are failing. So from here you can actually go ahead and manage your events from here. Like you have to specify which server events will trigger an email notification. We recommend enabling all notifications, so that's okay. So it says content updates sending email for flow runs, or allowing users to receive email for the view that they have subscribed to. So this can be enabled. Okay, sending email to the Tableau server process events. Okay, up, down, or follow, sending email to the Tableau. So these kind of events you can uh, manage it from the event section.
Okay.
Okay, you can actually go ahead and give the threshold limits, the critical threshold limit, and then again send threshold alert every how many minutes.
Okay.
Okay, and last, record disk space uses information and threshold violation for the use of custom administrative views. So you remember our site views, which we have.
Yep.
From there, you can see this disk space uses and all.
Okay.
Okay, if you check in this one, if it is not checked in, you will not be able to see that.
Right.
And last but not the least are the product keys. So, whatever the product keys will be there for your Windows, Tableau server will be showed up here. It will say that when it is going to expire, or when the maintenance ends, etc., etc. So you can
Okay.
activate or deactivate your licenses from here. Let's say your license is my license is going to be expired on 6th of November. So I have to go ahead and activate my license by purchasing a new license key. Oh, tomorrow is the last day.
Mm.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
deactivate license, you don't get to use the server anymore.
Yep. No, it will be there, but yes, you will not be able to use it.
Okay.
No one will be able to access it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to talk about the TSM command line now. So, uh, do you want to go today or do you want to go tomorrow?
Up to you. Go ahead if free. If you're free.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead then. Okay, so like I said, whatever stuff you can do from this web interface, we can do it with the command line interface too. Okay, for that, you need to first log into your TSM command line. To do that, the command will be TSM login and then your login ID.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, um, you need to open your command prompt with your command admin rights, and then just type in there and give the password. Sorry. You're logged in. Okay, now you will be able to connect to your TSM command. So let's see the version first. What is the version of your TSM? So my Tableau Manager command line version is 2020.3, and server version is this one.
Okay.
Okay, just to see the server version, you have to mention -s and then the server name. Okay, so initial node name means I have to give this one. Oh, I'm giving it 2 times. My bad. Mm, only three are also supported. And mine is what? HTTPS or HTTP? Oh, HTTP. So let's say S. Okay. So it give, oh, now also it is giving the whole thing. The service manager and the server version. So that's fine. Okay. Now, what do you want to see is how many nodes which you have on your TSM. Okay. So this is the command for that, like checking out the TSM topology, like whatever the status which you saw in the first page, the
Right.
status page. The same thing you will be able to see it here.
Okay.
How many processes are there? How many nodes ID are there? And node role, addresses, etc.
Okay.
Okay.
Got
So
it.
the things which I'm interested in is like creating the backup. Like whenever you're going to, so let's say you're not running on the one node, you're running on the multiple nodes. Okay. And listen to me very carefully. Um, let's say there are 3 nodes and you are running your Tableau server on all 3 of them. And you're going to upgrade your Tableau server. So 2 things needed to be considered is you have to upgrade your Tableau server for all the 3 nodes first. Second of all, like before that only, you have to take a backup of your Tableau server nodes for all the nodes.
Okay.
Okay. And to do that, you need to create a backup file and also the settings file. Like your settings should be copied. You don't
Okay.
want to go ahead and then do the changes in your settings again and again, right? So to do that, we run these two commands: tsm maintenance backup, and then you give the file name,
Okay.
okay, and minus d if you want to give any specific location, or by default, it will take you to this PC, program data, and there you see Tableau. So here you're in the data section in the tab SVC, and under files and under backups, you will be seeing this, your backup file.
Okay.
Okay. And also, if you export your settings from that backup file, will be I have stored it on the same path, will be shown here. And this is just for your backup if anything goes wrong. Okay. So then upgrading your Tableau server is easy, like going ahead and just double clicking on the same exe files, asking for upgrade and then upgrading it. If anything goes south, then in that case, these backup files will be needed. And when you have to uninstall it and reinstall it with the backup file, there only it will ask you to give the backup file path, and you can give this path and your backup will be up and running.
Okay.
Okay, but remember, and I think it will take a very, like, you have to be very precautious while doing this if you're doing it in production. So I would recommend to go and practice this, or not practice this, uh, try upgrading it, like install a downgraded version of Tableau server and then try to take a backup of it and then upgrade it. So it will be like although there will be many people with you when you go on the job, because that will be like your first backup or the upgrade, and eventually you will also learn in the process, but you should know that what happens while upgrading it.
Okay.
Okay.
Siddharth, can you send me
So
the script?
yeah, please. So do you want everything?
I
Let
don't know
me
what's on
send
the top
you.
though.
This is for the TSM, like accessing the data. So let's
Yeah,
don't
remove
worry
your
about that.
credentials though.
That's fine. That's temporary credentials. I haven't done any credentials here, or you can say here.
This is a uh, this is a batch
So this
file.
is all
Okay.
TSM. Yeah.
Oh, can you send me in a notepad or something?
The
One
whole
sec.
thing? No, I didn't get you. Can you come again?
No, no, it's okay. Just gonna copy this from here.
Yeah,
I
do
thought,
that.
Siddharth, can I share my screen one time?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I stopped it.
Give me permission.
1 second. I think you already have the permission.
No.
Uh, yeah, I gave you the permission.
I'm so sorry. Okay. I want to connect to PostgreSQL over here. I just need some help.
Yeah. So say Postgres. Yeah. Then the
And
server name.
the server's name is localhost. Is that what it is?
Yes.
And the database is probably, should
Work
I write
group. Work group.
work group? Okay. And this
And the
information,
password is read only. Do you have created the user ID and password for that?
I have no clue. So that's
Okay,
where,
one second. One second. So before logging into the PostgreSQL, you need to create a user ID and password for it. Okay. I thought we have covered it, but that's okay. One second. Let me ping you that. So, so this is a command for creating a user ID and password. So
okay.
user ID anyhow will be read only, but the password needs to be created.
I cannot edit here. Okay.
Don't make new notepads
Yeah.
and
Okay.
use Notepad plus plus. Download Notepad plus plus.
Something. Okay. Notepad. Okay. And this password, I can just give some password.
Yeah, give some password without special characters. If you give a special character, then it will be under one quote. So just write anything, yeah, on the page. So that's fine.
Did access repository access enable? And I'm copying it here, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Restart, yes. So it will take some time.
okay. I just have to put this on and I'll be connected, I suppose.
Yeah, so go back there and let me tell you. Go to the window, Postgres one, Tableau desktop. Yeah. Read only and then password and just check on required SSL and then you will good to go.
Okay. But since it's restarting, I don't think I'll connect right now.
You can't. No, you can't right now.
Okay.
Is the port is correct or not? One second, let me double check it. I think the port name is incorrect. There is something.
Siddharth, can you,
Yeah,
it's a big favor I need to ask.
tell me, tell me.
Can you create a resume for me?
Resume. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Okay.
Because I mean, whatever points you put in, I want to focus properly on it and prepare myself from like now as in from the coming week. And I have absolutely
Okay.
no clue how the resume is supposed to look. And I don't want 10 years, 5 years. I just need a 2 year or 3 year resume.
Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I can help you with that, no doubt. Just prepare the draft and we can read it.
I don't know where to start. At least can I have some mock resumes like previous guys?
That
Anybody?
you can find it out online. That is, the mock resumes should be available there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So if you just search about Tableau developer resume, there will be a bunch of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it is 8060.
8060. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So normally for Postgres it is 8060.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Siddharth.
Mm, okay, I think we are done for the day. So let's meet tomorrow
Right.
and come back with some questions. I think you will be able to get into this post years. If not, just ping me on WhatsApp. If I can, I will try. If I'm free, I will try to help you out.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay?
Okay. All right. I will
Okay.
have a lot of questions. Questions are not, I mean,
So
just
do one thing,
it's
no,
just a steps.
yeah, yeah, I understand. Just note down your questions, and if it is like a theoretical one which I can answer on the WhatsApp, I will be able to. And if it is like needed some like manual intervention, so then we have to connect on that.
Okay.
Okay. So if it is a
Okay.
theoretical one, I will try my best to answer those on the WhatsApp itself.
o- Okay. And how much is your, I mean, the company you're working for, right? How big is your server? Is it like 1,000 GB server, or just for an overview?
For
How
my
many?
server, which I'm using for my company,
Yeah. How
yeah,
big is
it
it?
is. It is 100 GB server, not 1,000.
100 GB is enough?
Right now, like I'm working for different projects. So for one of the so it is divided between a lot of servers. So one of each servers will be having like starting from most of the companies started now going ahead with the Tableau online instead of Tableau server on premises or on the cloud, so that the maintenance factor will be less. So whatever the servers we are left with are with 100 or 200 GBs, like that. Nothing is like more than that.
Okay. Okay.
When I used to work for this Bank of America, there we used to have like in TBs, server were in TBs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah, they
here
need.
where I'm working currently, it is a small organization.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Siddharth. I need to know certain installations of how do you do it, and how do you RDP, I mean,
So
or VP.
Ravi, you need to remember this thing that you need to focus upon uh, uh, the theoretical part and uh, some of the practical parts, because a lot of things which you're going to learn is going to be there on job when you crack the job and you're doing the job actually. Okay, so a lot of things you will going to get there directly. So you need to focus upon whatever you are learning. At least you should grasp them and remember those, so that
Okay.
whenever those scenarios comes, should be able to answer. If any question comes in a certain form that you don't know the question or you don't know the answer, you can always go ahead and tell to the interviewer that I haven't faced this issue yet, but I think if I face this issue, I will be able to handle it. And you can like generate some stories around it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so one cannot be able to know all the errors, all the scenarios where they can face errors. So it is very difficult.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so you need to be confident. You don't need to be underconfident that I don't know this. You always have to believe that I know this, just that I haven't faced it yet. So have that confidence in you. So your half
Okay.
of the job will be done.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Siddharth. All right.
All right. Okay, Ravi. See you tomorrow.
All right. See
Bye.
you. Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.